Module Overview. Module 9 delves deeply into the essential framework of Western and non-Western music theory, scales and modes. These systems organize pitches in a hierarchical order, providing the tonal and modal foundation for melody, harmony, and compositional structure. This module explores the construction, classification, historical origins, and theoretical significance of various scales and modes, alongside their practical application in music notation, improvisation, and composition. 1. Understanding scales, the framework of tonality. 1.1 Definition and significance. A scale is an ordered sequence of pitches arranged by ascending or descending steps within an octave. Scales form the tonal basis for melodies, harmonies, and entire musical styles. Each scale embodies a unique pattern of intervals that imparts distinct sonic characteristics and expressive potentials. 1.2 Types of scales. Diatonic scales. The most prevalent scales in Western music, including the major and natural minor scales, composed of 7 notes per octave following specific whole and half-step patterns. Chromatic scale consists of all 12 semitones within an octave, encompassing every pitch and providing a complete pitch spectrum. Pentatonic scales. 5-note scales commonly found in folk and popular music worldwide, notable for their consonant and open sound. Whole tone scale, comprised entirely of whole steps, creating a symmetrical, ambiguous tonal environment. Modal scales, variations of the diatonic scale starting on different scale degrees, resulting in modes with distinct interval patterns and tonal centers. Exotic and synthetic scales, including scales such as the Hungarian minor, octatonic, diminished, and other culturally specific or composer-invented scales. 2. The 7 modes, ancient roots, and modern usage. 2.1 Historical background. The modal system traces back to ancient Greek music theory and was adapted during the medieval and Renaissance periods in Western church music. Modes shaped early tonal practice before the widespread dominance of the major-minor system. 2.3 Practical use of modes. Modal scales influence jazz, folk, rock, and classical music composition and improvisation. Modal interchange and modal mixture enrich harmonic vocabulary. Composers use modes to evoke specific moods and atmospheres. 3. Construction and notation of scales and modes. 3.1 Interval patterns and key signatures. Each scale and mode can be precisely notated using accidentals and key signatures to reflect its unique interval pattern. Accurate transcription requires careful attention to stepwise motion and scale degree function. 3.2 Scale degrees and functional harmony. Scale degrees, tonic, supertonic, mediant, etc., have specific harmonic and melodic roles. Understanding the function of each degree aids in composing and analyzing melodies and chord progressions. 4. Advanced scale concepts. 4.1 Synthetic and altered scales. Composers create scales by altering traditional patterns, e.g., adding chromatic passing tones. Examples include the octatonic scale, melodic minor modes, and blues scales. These scales provide rich harmonic colors and tension resolution mechanisms. 4.2 Microtonal and non-Western scales. Exploration of scales beyond the 12-tone equal temperament system, including quarter tones and other microtonal intervals. Cultural scales such as the raga in Indian music, maqam in Arabic music, and gamelan scales in Indonesian music. 5. Application in composition and improvisation. Scales and modes are foundational for melodic construction and thematic development. Improvisers use scale knowledge to navigate harmonic changes and create spontaneous melodies. Composers manipulate scales to evoke specific emotions, atmospheres, or stylistic effects. 6. Summary and learning outcomes. Upon completion of this module, you will be able to Define and construct major, minor, modal, and exotic scales with precision. Identify and apply the 7 traditional modes in musical contexts. Analyze scales' interval structures and their influence on harmony and melody. Explore synthetic and microtonal scales and their compositional potential. Utilize scales and modes effectively in notation, composition, and improvisation.